Meghan Markle may be about to make one of the most surprising decisions of the past few years, a return to Britain after repeatedly suggesting she had no desire to go back. But why now? Has something changed behind the scenes? Or is there a much bigger reason no one expected? One royal biographer believes he knows exactly what's happening.
Why do you think they want to come back to this awful, racist, snobbish, cruel society and institution?
Well, I think you can summarize it in two words: desperation and failure.
According to Tom Bauer, this isn't simply about family. It's about money, influence, reputation, and a dramatic change in Harry and Meghan's future. His theory has already sparked fierce debate, and whether you agree with him or not, the claims are impossible to ignore. Here's why Bauer believes Meghan could finally be preparing to return to the UK. His theory has already sparked fierce debate, and whether you agree with him or not, the claims are impossible to ignore. Bauer is no stranger to controversy. Over the years, he has written several books about the royal family that have sparked intense debate, especially when it comes to Prince Harry and Meghan. The Sussexes have strongly denied many of his past claims, even describing some of his work as conspiracy and melodrama. This time, though, Bauer is not talking about a new book. Instead, he is giving his personal view on why Meghan may now be willing to return to Britain after previously making it clear she had no intention of going back.
And Meghan is someone who is desperate for fame. She's desperate for recognition. She's desperate for money, of course, and status. And it just seems to her that a visit to the royal family in Britain would give her or restore to her the credibility.
According to Bauer, Harry and Meghan believed that leaving royal life would give them complete freedom and unlimited opportunities. In his opinion, they expected to build a powerful global brand without the restrictions that came with royal duties. At the time, everything seemed to be falling into place. They signed high-value agreements with Netflix, Spotify, and other companies, while also keeping their royal titles. Bauer believes they expected those titles to continue opening important doors, attracting business deals, and helping them expand their influence around the world. However, Bauer argues that reality turned out very differently than expected. In his assessment, several of the opportunities they relied on either came to an end or failed to provide the lasting success they had hoped for. Their Spotify partnership ended. Uncertainty has surrounded the future of their Netflix arrangement, and several business ventures have struggled to meet expectations. Referring to the situation, Bauer said, "They have reached a sort of a headwind. They run out of ideas."
They have reached a sort of a headwind. They run out of ideas. They can't do any more work for Netflix or Spotify or any of the main streamers. And their finances are basically in jeopardy over the long term.
They can't anymore work for Netflix or Spotify or any of the main streamers, and their finances are basically in jeopardy over the long term. That statement reflects Bauer's opinion and has not been confirmed by the couple. Bauer also believes that maintaining their California lifestyle requires a huge amount of money. A luxury home, private security, staff, travel, and other day-to-day expenses can quickly add up. From his point of view, some of the financial opportunities they once counted on no longer appear as reliable as before. Because of that, he believes changing circumstances could be playing a role in Meghan's reported willingness to return to the UK. Whether his assessment proves accurate remains open to debate, but his comments have certainly added another dramatic chapter to the ongoing conversation surrounding the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. According to Tom Bauer, the couple may now be looking back toward Britain and the royal connection they once chose to leave behind. In his opinion, that connection still carries a level of influence that is difficult to replace. Bauer has argued that Meghan is highly motivated by public recognition, success, financial security, and social status.
They are at the moment facing a real crisis. Meghan and Harry's crisis, completely of their own making, is they have no major projects, no major money earners.
and so they're more desperate than ever. And I think that they don't know what to do other than to try and come back to Britain and rebuild themselves as some sort of members of the royal family.
He even claimed, and Meghan is someone who is desperate for fame. She's desperate for recognition. She's desperate for money, of course, and status. And it just seems to her that a visit to the royal family in Britain would give her or restore her credibility. Those comments reflect Bower's personal opinion and have been strongly disputed by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in the past when responding to similar claims. Bower also believes that Harry and Meghan have struggled to find enough new projects capable of producing the level of income they once expected. From his perspective, many of the ventures they launched after stepping away from royal duties have slowed significantly. He argues that returning to the United Kingdom could help rebuild connections to the royal family, creating new opportunities and bringing renewed public attention. Whether that assessment is accurate remains a matter of opinion, but it has certainly sparked fresh discussion about the couple's future. He goes even further when talking about their ambitions in Hollywood. Bower believes Harry and Meghan arrived in California, surrounded by enormous publicity and worldwide curiosity. At first, they appeared to be one of the biggest celebrity couples in America. They signed headline-making deals, attracted constant media coverage, and seemed to have endless opportunities ahead of them. Describing the current situation from his point of view, Bower said, "They are at the moment facing a real crisis. Meghan and Harry's crisis, completely of their own making, is they have no major projects, no major money earners, and so they're more desperate than ever." Again, those remarks represent Bower's opinion, rather than established fact. According to Bower, that early momentum eventually faded as several high-profile partnerships ended or faced increasing public scrutiny. He argues that some projects failed to deliver the lasting impact many expected, leading to questions about the couple's long-term influence in the entertainment industry. Bower also claimed, "Everything she does, columns of the Times, the Mail, everything, are devoted to ridiculing Meghan Markle. And of course, that is terrible for her." Looking at the bigger picture, Bower believes that reconnecting with Britain could be an attempt to regain some of the influence linked to the monarchy. He argues that the royal connection proved more valuable than Harry and Meghan originally expected. He also stated, "They won't allow Meghan to parade herself as a member of the royal family, and the Duchess in Britain itself, to actually earn money and earn glory from having married the prince." That claim remains Bower's interpretation of the situation, and has not been confirmed by the royal family or the Sussexes. According to Tom Bower, Meghan Markle is becoming increasingly determined to regain the level of attention and influence she once enjoyed, and he believes a return to the United Kingdom could play a major role in that effort. In Bower's view, such a visit would instantly dominate headlines around the world and place Meghan back at the center of royal discussions. He argues that the connection to the royal family still attracts enormous public interest, and that any appearance in Britain would create intense media coverage almost immediately. Sharing his opinion, Bower said, "Clearly, there's an ulterior motive there. Their score is what we call it in Hollywood. Their popularity score has taken such a nosedive in the last 6 years commercially, reputationally. Harry and Meghan need a little royal magic for them to continue to try to commercialize that proximity to the British royal family." Those comments reflect Bower's personal assessment and have not been confirmed by Prince Harry or Meghan.
They won't allow Meghan to parade herself as a member of the royal family and the Duchess in Britain itself, to actually earn money and earn glory from having married the prince.
Bower also believes the timing of a possible return is carefully calculated rather than accidental. He argues that reconnecting with Britain would naturally reconnect Meghan with the royal story, creating another wave of worldwide media attention. According to his view, that publicity could help rebuild her public image, especially in the United Kingdom, where he believes public opinion has changed significantly over the past several years. Bauer has questioned whether such a recovery is still realistic after everything that has happened, but he maintains that the attempt itself would fit a broader strategy of rebuilding visibility and influence. He has also made strong personal observations about Meghan's approach, saying she is very calculating and very ruthless and very self-promoting. But she's taken on more in the end than she can chew. Those are Bauer's own characterizations and should not be treated as established facts. They represent his interpretation of events, and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have previously rejected similar claims made about them. Looking beyond media attention, Bauer believes that public appearances involving Prince Harry's charitable work could also become an important part of that strategy. He points to Harry's continued involvement with the Invictus Games as an opportunity for the couple to present themselves in a more positive light. According to Bauer, appearing together at charitable events as a family could encourage more favorable media coverage and help shift the conversation away from past controversies. Some commentators have also speculated about whether family appearances could influence public reactions, but those suggestions remain opinions rather than confirmed plans. Despite that possibility, Bauer argues that major challenges remain inside the royal family. He believes relationships are still deeply strained, particularly between Prince Harry and Prince William. Because of those reported tensions, Bauer questions whether any meaningful reconciliation is likely in the near future. He also suggested that opinions within the wider royal family could make any closer relationship difficult to achieve. Speaking on the issue, Bauer claimed, not just because of them, but because of the opinion of the Prince and Princess of Wales, William and Kate. They're against it. They've been hugely damaged by the Sussexes. They're in no mood to forgive the Sussexes for all the lies they spewed out about them. Those remarks are Bauer's opinions and have not been confirmed by the Prince and Princess of Wales or Buckingham Palace. Bauer ultimately argues that any possible return to Britain would be driven more by practical considerations than by emotional reconciliation. In his view, rebuilding public credibility, strengthening future business opportunities, and improving long-term stability are likely to be bigger priorities than repairing family relationships.
Not just because of them, but because of the opinion of the Prince and Princess of Wales, William and Kate. They're against it. They've been hugely damaged by the Sussexes. They're in no mood to forgive the Sussexes for all the lies they spewed out about them.
He also points to Meghan's lifestyle brand, which includes products such as fruit spreads, candles, and other home goods, arguing that increased publicity could bring more attention to those products and potentially expand their audience. Whether that prediction proves accurate remains uncertain, but Bauer believes renewed royal attention could provide the visibility and momentum that he thinks have become much harder for the couple to generate on their own. His assessment continues to fuel debate, but it remains one interpretation of a story that is still unfolding. Whether Tom Bauer's assessment turns out to be accurate or not, his comments have sparked a fresh wave of debate about what Meghan Markle's reported return to Britain could really mean. Supporters believe there is nothing unusual about reconnecting with family or visiting the UK after several years away. Others, however, see the timing as significant and wonder whether there are larger personal or professional reasons behind the decision. That difference of opinion has once again placed Harry and Meghan at the center of worldwide attention. Bauer believes the royal connection remains one of the couple's most valuable assets, even after stepping away from official royal duties. According to his view, the public's fascination with Harry and Meghan is still closely linked to their place within the royal family. He argues that every appearance connected to the monarchy attracts massive media coverage, something few celebrities can match. Because of that, Bauer believes any visit to Britain would immediately become one of the biggest royal stories of the year, generating attention across television, newspapers, and social media. At the same time, others see the situation very differently. Some royal commentators argue that family relationships are often far more complicated than public headlines suggest. They point out that personal visits do not automatically signal a major strategy or a business decision.
Everything she does, I mean, columns of the Times and the Mail, everything, are devoted to ridiculing Meghan Markle. And of course, that is terrible for her.
Instead, they suggest that any return to Britain could simply reflect changing family circumstances or practical reasons that have little to do with publicity. Without confirmation from Harry or Meghan themselves, the full motivation remains unknown. The wider public also remains divided. Some people continue to support the Sussexes and believe they deserve the chance to move forward without constant criticism. Others remain skeptical because of the couple's previous interviews, documentaries, and public statements about royal life. As a result, almost every new development quickly becomes the subject of intense discussion online, with opinions spreading across both sides of the debate. If Meghan does return to Britain, the visit would almost certainly attract cameras from around the world. Every public appearance, every meeting, and even the smallest details would likely be examined by royal watchers looking for clues about the state of family relationships. Questions would immediately surface about whether there would be any contact with King Charles, Prince William, or other senior members of the royal family. Even if no official meetings took place, speculation would almost certainly continue for weeks. Business experts have also suggested that public attention can have a major impact on personal brands. Increased media exposure often brings more interest to products, interviews, and future projects. That does not guarantee commercial success, but it can increase visibility at a time when public interest is especially high. Because of that, some analysts believe any major royal-related headlines could naturally draw more attention to Meghan's ongoing business ventures and future plans, regardless of the original reason for the visit. For now, though, many of the biggest questions remain unanswered. No official explanation has confirmed why Meghan is reportedly preparing to return, and many of the claims surrounding the visit come from outside commentators, rather than the couple themselves. Tom Bower has offered one interpretation, while others have presented very different views. Until more information becomes available, the real reason behind any return to Britain remains a matter of speculation. One thing is certain, however: if the visit happens, it is almost guaranteed to become one of the most closely watched royal stories, with every new development adding another chapter to an already fascinating and highly debated saga. Public attention has always played a major role in shaping public figures, and when the spotlight grows brighter, it can often create new opportunities. That is one of the main ideas behind Tom Bower's comments about Meghan Markle's reported return to the United Kingdom.
I don't think Harry is going to get the Ryback agreement for protection he wants from. This is the committee that decides whether his life is at risk, and therefore he and Meghan, as he demanded, should have armed protection throughout.
According to Bower, reconnecting with the royal story could place Meghan back at the center of worldwide headlines, bringing renewed attention to her public profile and business ventures. Of course, that reflects Bower's personal opinion, and there are many people who see the situation very differently. Until Meghan or Prince Harry explain their plans publicly, the real reason for any return remains a topic of ongoing discussion and speculation. Now it's your turn to join the conversation. Do you agree with Tom Bower's assessment, or do you believe there is another explanation for Meghan's reported return to Britain? Could this simply be about family, or do you think there are other personal or professional factors involved? We'd really like to hear your perspective, so head down to the comments section and let us know what you think. Respectful discussions always make these conversations even more interesting, and we're excited to see where you stand on this story. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with the latest royal news, exclusive stories, and the biggest developments surrounding the royal family, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a future upload. Your support helps us continue bringing you the latest updates and in-depth discussions on the stories everyone is talking about. And if you found this video interesting, don't forget to share it with your friends and family so they can join the conversation too. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video with another fascinating update.